Good morning. I think my favorite right now with the Trump administration is Tom Homan, the guy in charge of the borders. And he was talking to this lady at the ABC. And I think she expected him to sort of back off, because she was asking tough questions, right? And maybe agree with her. Sometimes they do, right? These woke idiots, they expect you to sort of back off because they believe they are right, of course. So they ask these questions. So she asked him about the illegals being deported out of the United States. And she asked, will we see this every day? Military deporting illegals. And he said, yeah. That's what you will see. I loved it. Right. And she asked, millions being deported? Yeah. They came here illegally. It's a crime. We are sending them away. I really like this guy, Tom Homan. Now, the United States is sort of becoming sane now, right? While Europe is still insane. So there is a contrast here. Well, I'll tell you an example from Sweden, actually. Here in Sweden, media, they are now starting to talk about sex crimes, the rapings, and they actually talk about it now. About 10 years too late, right? But they are. They concluded that, there's an overrepresentation with the immigrants, right? And then they talked to the integration minister. His name is Mats Persson. He's a liberal guy. What to do about it, right? And he said, by letting these immigrants take courses in liberal values, maybe they will stop the raping, So that's the insanity, just an example, of course, that we have here in Sweden. Very different from Tom Homan, right? Tom Homan is just sending them away, which is exactly what we have to do here in Sweden, by the way. So there's a difference here. Europe remains insane. I hope that this will sort of rub off on Europe eventually. This increased sanity that we see here, we see in the United States. Right. I'll tell you another, well, it's not really related, but this is Britain, England, okay. A bird flu prevention zone enforcing strict hygiene standards around domesticated birds has been declared for the whole of England now. Bird flu prevention zone. Even stricter measures requiring all birds to be placed in enclosures. This is now being enforced in some counties in eastern England. And I believe they started to kill chicken too, right? And I read this thing, and birds being placed in enclosures. And does this remind you of something what happened in, for example, England 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Right. Oh, they are insane. I don't know anything really about this bird flu stuff, right? I don't. But I know this. If they are doing it, it's insane. I just know it, right? I feel it. So I think they will step it up now with the bird flu. What do you think? Well, I think they like this thing, the bird flu, because people know about it. You can actually scare people of it, and they will start to talk about it now. It's moving, right? Mutations, right? And they already have this mRNA stuff ready, right? So I think they are going for this one. I'm interested to see the reaction from the people. Will 60% say no? Will 80% say no? This is bullshit? Or is it just going to be like 20 or 15% like the last time? I'm curious. All right. Be good.